A very warm welcome to Genie's Crochet Corner. Today I'd like to just share this pattern with you. It's a twisted double crochet pattern, and it's just worked on a multiple of 6 stitches plus 2 extra. And what we're going to do is just work our multiples of 6 chain plus the 2 extra, and then a foundation row of double crochet, and then we'll start off with the first pattern row and then the second pattern row. So it is a 2-row repeat pattern and great for cardigans, blankets or hats. And if you used a smaller crochet hook and made it a little bit tighter, it could be quite a nice pattern for a bag. So I'm just using a 5mm crochet hook or an H crochet hook and just some worsted or 8-ply yarn. So I'm going to start off by making a slip knot, and then I'll just make my multiples of 6. So I'm going to chain 18, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So I have my multiple of 6 and I'm just going to chain 2 extra. So 1, 2. So the first, the foundation row, before we start with the first pattern row, is just going to be 1 double crochet into each chain across. So I'm not going to be using the first or the second chain from the hook. Into the third chain I'm going to be working my first double crochet. And this 2 chain that we missed, it counts as a stitch, as the turning chain. So I'm just going to work my double crochet into each chain across, just the 1 double crochet. Just a double crochet into the last chain. So we've worked our foundation row of double crochet, and we'll be starting with the first pattern row, working it on the foundation row of double crochet. So I'm just going to, for the first pattern row, I'm just going to chain 1, 2. And this 2 chain is a stitch and the turning chain, and I'm not going to be using the first stitch because this one will stand, the 2 chain stands as a stitch, so I'll miss that first stitch. Into the next stitch I'm going to work 1 double crochet. The twisted double crochet pattern is worked over 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. So what I'm going to do is miss the first, the second stitch, and around the third stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet. And I'm not going to be using this middle stitch that we missed. I'm just going to work one chain, which will stand as this double crochet that I'm missing. Into the first stitch that we missed, I'm going to work a front post double crochet. So you have your front post, chain, and front post double crochet. Into the next 1, 2, 3 stitches, I'm just going to work one double crochet into each of those stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we just repeat the pattern again over the following 3 stitches. So these are the 3 stitches. I'm going to miss the first, the second. Around the third stitch, I'm going to work a front post double crochet, and then one chain. I'm going to miss this middle stitch, and around the first stitch we missed, I'm going to work a front post double crochet. And then over the next 3 stitches, I'm going to work one double crochet into each of those next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then just repeat the pattern stitch over the next 3 stitches. So I miss the first, the second, round the third stitch, I work a front post double crochet, chain 1, we miss this middle stitch, and we work a front post round the first stitch we missed, a front post double crochet. I'm now left with a double crochet and the turning chain. I'm going to work one double crochet into this double crochet and a double crochet just into the turning chain. If you want, you can just work your double crochet into the second chain of the turning chain. I just prefer to go underneath and just work my double crochet that way. And that's how it's starting to shape up. That's your first pattern row. The second pattern row, I'm going to chain 1, 2. This 2 chain stands as a stitch, so I won't be working with this first stitch into the second stitch. I'm going to work my double crochet. So I have this stitch, 1 chain, and this stitch from the previous round. Around this first stitch, I'm going to work a back post double crochet. And into the 1 chain space, I'm going to work a single crochet. And around this stitch, I'm going to work a back post double crochet. And that's how you're getting the twisted double crochet. Into the next 3 stitches, I'm just going to work 1 double crochet into each of those 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And we just repeat what we did with the first pattern stitch. We have our 1 stitch there, the 1 chain space, and another stitch there. I'm going to work a back post around this first stitch, and then a single crochet into the 1 chain space, and then a back post double crochet around the stitch here, and that's how it's starting to look. So we have be working 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we just repeat the pattern, second pattern, over these 3 stitches. So I'm just going to work a back post double crochet around this first stitch, a single crochet into the 1 chain space, and then a back post double crochet around the next stitch, and I'm left with a double crochet and my turning chain. 1 double crochet into this double crochet, and then a double crochet just into the 2 chain, and that's how we're starting to look. So I'm just going to the pattern will be the first row, the first pattern row, and the second pattern row. You just repeat that. So I'm just going to work 2 more rows with you. So I'm going to chain 1, 2, and I'm back at the first pattern row. So this 2 chain counts as a stitch, so we don't use this first stitch. Into the next stitch, I'm going to work a double crochet. So we have this 1, 2, 3. We'll be working the first pattern row over these 3 stitches, and this is where our back post from the previous round, our single crochet, and then the back post from the previous round. So what I'm going to do is miss this first stitch, miss the single crochet, and around this stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to miss the single crochet, and around the next stitch, which is the back post double crochet from the previous round. You can see I'm just going to work a front post double crochet, and that's how your stitches are getting twisted. Into the next 3 stitches, I'm just going to work 1 double crochet into each of those 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and then we have our pattern over these 3 stitches. And what I'm going to do is miss the first stitch, the single crochet, and around this stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, we miss the single crochet, and around this stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet. And then just 3 into the next 3 stitches, just 1 double crochet into each of those next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. We come to the next pattern, stitch over these 3 stitches, we miss this one, miss the single crochet, and over this one, round this stitch, I'm going to work a front post double crochet. I'm going to chain 1, miss the single crochet, and around this stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet, and then I'm left with a double crochet and the turning chain. So I'm just going to work a double crochet into this double crochet, and then just a double crochet into the turning chain. So we have our foundation row, first, second pattern row, and I've just done the first pattern row. I'll just work the next row with you, the second pattern row with you. So 1, 2 chain. The 2 chain counts as a stitch, so we don't use this first stitch. Just work a double crochet into the next stitch. And we have our 1, 2, 3 stitches over the pattern for that on those 3 stitches. So around this first stitch I'm going to work a back post double crochet. Into the 1 chain space I'm going to work a single crochet, and then a back post double crochet around the next stitch. And that's just how it's starting to look with your twisted double crochet stitch. Into the next 3 stitches just work 1 double crochet into each stitch, and then we just repeat again around this first stitch here of the pattern stitch, a back post double crochet, a single crochet into the 1 chain space, and then a back post double crochet into the next stitch. Then just the 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we just repeat the same over this pattern stitch. A back post around the first, a back post double crochet around the first stitch, a single crochet into the 1 chain space, and a back post double crochet around the next stitch. And then we're just left with the double crochet and the turning chain. Just 1 double crochet into that double crochet, and then a double crochet into the turning chain. And that's how the pattern looks. It's a multiple of 6 plus 2, and you just repeat the first, the second, the first, the second pattern row for the desired length that you want your crocheted item to be. And I hope this tutorial has been helpful to you. Until next time, enjoy crocheting.